Hi everyone, I'm Eunice. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a big trip coming up and I wanted to show you books that I'm taking with me on vacation. Let's do it. I wanted to bring 3 books which will be a combination of 3 things that I wanted to be reminded of. First, I wanted to bring a book that reminds me of where I'm traveling to. Second, I wanted to bring a book that reminds me of a reality that's far from me that I cannot relate to but I want to learn more about. Third, I wanted to bring a book that reminds me of where I'm traveling from. So for the first category, a book that reminds me of where I'm traveling to, I have The Selfless Act of Breathing by Gégé Bola. If you can guess where this author is from, that means you can guess where I'm traveling to. So Gégé Bola is a Congolese author who lives in the UK. I came across this book on Instagram through reading Read Africana. She read this book part of the DRC readathon. So the challenge was about picking any DRC author and read their book, and she did. I think she posted a beautiful review about this book and I was instantly intrigued by this book and I ordered it immediately because I wanted to read it. So this book follows the story of Michael Kabongo, a Congolese man who immigrated to the UK. I'm gonna read the synopsis a little bit just to give you an idea. Michael Kabongo is a British Congolese teacher living in London on the border of 2 identities. On paper, he seemed to have it all. He's beloved by his students, popular with his co-workers, and the pride and joy of a mother who immigrated from Congo to the UK in search of a better life. But beyond closed doors, he's been struggling to transcend the violence and brutality that marginalizes young Black men around the world. So, and then the next part, longing to escape the shadows in his mind, he suddenly decides to pack up and go to America, the mythical land of the free, where he imagines everything will be better, easier, a place where he can become someone new, someone without a past filled with pain. This is an interesting book and I really can't wait to dive into it. I can't wait to really, go on a really journey with this book, and I'm really excited to have a book by a Congolese author. Most of the books that I read by Congolese authors are in French, but this one is a book by a Congolese author in English, and I'm really excited to read it. And I thought it would be the perfect book to remind me of where I'm traveling to. So yeah. So for the second category, a book that reminds me of a reality that's far from me, but I want to learn more about, I have Homegoing by Ya Jessie. Ya Jessie is a Ghanaian author. This book was among the books that I bought to celebrate my graduation. If you haven't watched that video, you can go ahead and watch it, or I'll put the link of that video somewhere above. So this book follows the life of 2 half-sisters. They grew up in different villages, but one sister ended up getting married to an Englishman, living a comfortable life in a palace, and the other sister was sold as a slave. So this story talks about the life of these 2 sisters in their different conditions. So I'm gonna read the end of the synopsis just to give you an idea. Homegoing follows the parallel path of these sisters and their descendants through 8 generations, from the Gold Coast to the plantations of Mississippi, from the American Civil War to Jazz Age Harlem. This was interesting, and I thought this book has different pieces that I know nothing about, that I can't relate to because they were not part of my life or they were not part of my generation, and I want to learn more about it. So I thought this book would be the perfect choice for it, and I can't wait to read about it and share my thoughts with you. So for the second category, I have another book in mind. I had another book in mind, but for some reason I haven't received that book yet. I ordered that book online, but they assure me that the book will come a day before my travel, but I just didn't want to risk it. That's why I picked Homegoing as a backup plan. But for the sake of curiosity, I'm gonna tell you about that book anyway. So the second book that I had in mind was L'Afrique mutilée by Aminata Traoré. It's a book written in French, so I'm going to talk about it in French. So let's do it. So L'Afrique mutilée est un livre de Aminata Traoré. Pour ceux qui ne savent pas, Aminata Traoré est l'ancienne ministre de Tourisme et des Cultures du Mali. Elle a servi pendant l'année de 1997 jusqu'en 2000. Alors, je vais vous lire un peu le synopsis pour vous donner juste une idée de quoi ce livre parle exactement. Nous, femmes africaines, n'y sommes audibles que lorsque nos voix confortent des discours misérabilistes et condensants sur notre situation, souvent réduite à celle des femmes pauvres, mutilées et enceintes. Les politiques néolibérales qui cèdent notre continent à blanc avec la complicité des dirigeants démocratiquement élus, mais corruptibles et corrompus, sont elles aussi mutilantes. En d'autres termes, une excision peut en cacher une autre. Cette réalité doit se savoir être dite et inscrite au cœur du débat politique pour la seconde libération de l'Afrique et plus particulièrement du Mali. Donc, en bref, Aminata Traoré essaie au fait de comparer ce phénomène d'excision qui se passe au Mali. Et Aminata Traoré essaie de comparer ces phénomènes comme un symptôme qui cache au fait un plus grand problème qui affecte l'Afrique et un plus grand problème qui affecte le Mali aussi. Particulièrement. J'ai appris sur ces livres au travers d'une des vidéos de Madame Marina. Je vais mettre ces informations dans la barre de description. Et elle parlait de ces livres. Elle a aussi aimé, elle a fait un review sur ça. Et j'ai trouvé que c'était vraiment un sujet très capital et je voulais vraiment en apprendre plus. Et j'espère vraiment que mon livre viendra avant mon voyage. Mais si je n'ai pas la possibilité de l'avoir avant mon voyage, je vais carrément le lire quand je vais revenir. Mais si je l'ai avant mon voyage, je vais carrément aussi l'emmener. Ça ne va pas me déranger d'avoir 2 livres pour une seule catégorie parce que je suis vraiment intéressée sur ces livres et j'ai trouvé que ce sera un bon livre pour me permettre d'apprendre sur une réalité que je n'ai pas vécue, qui est comme au loin pour moi, mais juste d'en savoir plus et d'en tirer aussi des leçons. Alors, je pensais que c'était le choix parfait. For my third category, a book that reminds me of where I'm traveling from, which is the United States of America. So for that, I have Fake It Till You Make It by Sierra London, because this book is by an American author, and I thought it would be a good combination for my choices as well. So I wanted to have a good combination because I wanted to have books that would really push me to reflect on deeper issues, but I also wanted to have a book that's just light and fun because at the end of the day it's still a vacation. So I wanted to have that combination. So I thought this book would be fun, light, and I won't have to reflect. I won't have to think much about it. So this book, what really interested me about this book, I saw this book on Instagram and I thought it was interesting because it's also my favorite trope, Age Gap Romance, and I thought the cover was really beautiful. So I'm gonna read the synopsis a little bit just to give you an idea of what it's really about. When a married worker goes for something, she goes big, including starting over. Leaving her cheating ex and entire DC life in the rear view, she crash lands in a small town with no plan, no money, and no job. An opening at the animal clinic is the only gig for miles. No surprise considering the vet is a certified grump. So we already know it's gonna be a grumpy meets sunshine. Amari will be the sunshine, and the owner of the vet, the clinic, will be the grumpy one. So I can't wait also to dive into this story because I thought it will be interesting, light, and fun. So in total, these are the combination of books that I'm planning to take with me on vacation, and hopefully I'll get to have L'Afrique mutilée with me too before my travel. But otherwise, I'll just read it when I'm back. But so far, these are the books that I'm bringing with me on vacation. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment. Tell me about the books, the kind of books you like to take on vacation with you. Are you reading any book for your vacation? Have you read any of the books that I mentioned in here? Do you know anything about it? Have you heard about it? Let's chat about it in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.